Welcome back to Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers, and today's video we're going to discuss two raid exclusive weapons. That would be the Eagle Bear and the Ravenous. Eagle Bear you get from the Dark Hours raid, which is about a year and a half old, and the Ravenous, which is less than 6 months old. And these two are locked behind the raid. If you never do the raid, you cannot get these. You can't get these in the open world. You cannot get these from opening crates, exotic caches, or anything like that. You can only achieve them from a small percentage from one of the bosses, and a slightly bigger than small chance out of the crate at the end of the raids. So let's talk about the Eagle Bear first. The Eagle Bear has went through a few nerfs in its time. When it first came out, it was definitely the gun to have. It was the best damage per bullet out there. Plus, it also has health damage built in, headshot, and it is the talent on it. When it first came out, there was the passive talent was fairly decent as well, but it's the major talent here that's still around that makes this gun really good. But if you don't use this gun right, it really can wreck you, and it has. In fact, one of my regular watchers asked if I would do a video on the Eagle Bear because he's really upset of running through raids and harder activity, and people are getting themselves killed using the Eagle Bear because the tenacity, they think it's helping them, and all it is delaying it. And when it kicks in after that 15 seconds and they don't get their kills in, they get all that damage taken. None of it gets wiped out. So let's explain what it does. The Eagle Strike accuracy has increased as you continuously fire up to 30%. So the longer you hold the trigger, the more accurate you're getting. Once you get a headshot, grants tenacity for 15 seconds. Headshot kill grants tenacity for 15 seconds. So we'll talk about tenacity in a second. The strength of the tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% headshots before you get that headshot kill. So it's at least going to be 45%, or should be, because the first shot that is going to be a headshot, right? To kill it, you would think so. So the tenacity is going to be anywhere from 40% to 80%, and what that does is that delay, the damage that is taken during those 15 seconds is delayed until the buff expires. Now, I'm not sure if you keep getting a headshot kill within 15 seconds, if that just keeps going. I'm not sure about that, but I do know that you want to get your kills in, because a total of the all the total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy killed while the buff is active, up to 100% for 3 kills. And it doesn't have to be with your Eagle Bear, so you can use a skill build like I do here with the Eagle Bear. You could have your artillery turret or whatever, and as once you do the headshot kill, you have 15 seconds to get 3 kills, and all the damage you're taking during that time, of the 40 to 80% that it's debuffing, is saving you from ever taking. So it's like if you have the gun maxed out when this happens, all the damage you're taking during that 15 seconds, 80% of it is delayed. And if you kill 3 people during that time, that 80% delayed damage never happens. It's like it never happened. But the thing is, it doesn't make you invincible. You're still taking damage, and if you don't get your kills in, if you don't get any kills after you get that headshot kill, all the damage you take during that 15 seconds is going to be assigned to your character 15 seconds later. So all it's doing is prolonging your death. It doesn't necessarily protect you. So when you're doing legendaries and you're not able to kill 3 people every 15 seconds, you're not getting the full benefit of tenacity. So be very, very, very careful when you're using your Eagle Bearer and you're taking damage like that, thinking that you're not going to, it's going to be just negated and never coming back to you. You're going to have to work with your team and say, hey, I need one more kill here in the next 5 seconds or something like that. You need to get your 3 kills in to negate all that damage to be the tanky person you think you are, because you're just going to get that negated. So be very careful with your Eagle Bearer. But that's what the Eagle Bearer does, and again, the only way to get it is in the Dark Hours raid. I've been told you get about a 1% chance of dropping from any of the bosses, and something like a 5 or 10% chance of dropping from the box at the end of the raid using your raid keys. Now on the Iron Horse raid, the odds are the same by getting the Ravenous, but what the Ravenous does is, and by the way, it's a rifle compared to assault rifle for the Eagle Bearer. The Ravenous has an explosive build, and it depends on if it's offensive or defensive on which shoulder you fired from. So the shots fired from the right side are going to add offensive. The ones that are fired from the left side are going to add defensive. And the most you can stack is so I don't know if that changed. It says primer effectiveness is doubled at 10 stacks. So I don't know if you can stack even more than it used to be. It used to be 5 and 5. Now it says the primary effectiveness is doubled at 10 stacks. So let's go check this out. Switch our build here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're going to have to make it a lot harder target, or we're just going to kill it for it. Okay. And let's put that at 5 feet. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to switch shoulders. There it goes. It had the explosive and added the builds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to switch to the other side. Fire. It gave like 192,000 explosive damage, or was it 1.9? So let's try to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll switch. Try to get 1, 2, 3, So it does a lot of damage. But that's what it does. You have to, it depends on what shoulder you shoot it from. Now, if you shoot from the left shoulder, it's going to give you defensive stacks, which gives you a 4% bonus damage and a 10% amplified damage to the armor plates for 5 seconds. So the defensive side really does help, but not as much as the offensive side per se. These, like I say, the Ravenous and the Eagle Bear are two of the hardest to get weapons in the game. And let's look at that real quick. When we look over here at the trophies, and we look over here to the assigned, we're going to see what people have really done on these. And we're going to see that the Dark Hours achievement where is it? Shout out when you guys see it. One of the rarest achievements is taking a picture of 4 agents at the same time. Simple to do, and only less than 2% of the people have done it. So the Dark Hours raid, only 2.7% of the people have achieved the Dark Hours raid. And 0.3% of the people have completed the Operation Iron Horse raid. 0.3%. So you can see why these are so hard to get. Now you actually don't have to complete the raid to be able to get them. You can get them dropped from a boss, but of all the times I've been in a raid, I've never had one drop from a boss. Not once. I've had the Eagle Bear 6 times. The Ravenous was given to me one time. I've got like 6 or 7 completions on there. And I've never got any from the bosses, but a friend of mine got one from the box and gave it to me. So that is your exotics that are locked behind the raid, the Eagle Bear and the Ravenous. Now you may ask about the Regulus. There is the pistol, the Regulus is kind of locked behind the raid. The quest to get it, you need to go through the raid and then collect some items from each one of the bosses from the raid, so you got to do it again. And once you get it, then it can drop from the open loot for anything that has pistols or anything like that. But so there is ways to getting that gun after you've already acquired it. But these two are the two that are, you're never going to get them out of the exotic caches, at least at this time in the game. You're not going to get them from anything from normal mode raids. That's it. You're not going to get it from a lot of loot. You're not going to get it from exotic caches. So I hope that it explains some things about the two raid exclusive exotics in Division 2. This is Bear Essentials, and I am Bear Byers, and I hope you have a blessed day.